Alrighty, today we are doing our TUR tier list. Again, this is going to be a live stream, but of course the footage is going to be recorded, so you guys can enjoy this as I do it live to you guys, of course, and then I will be in the comment section, comment to you guys what you guys think about what's going on here. So here is the 10 units. I already took a moment to kind of skim through all of these units and what I liked, what I didn't like, and I think these are the 10 I really want to bring onto this list. Um, Now, this is a difficult one because it is definitely about the meta shift, right? Like, how good is AGL Kid Goku in these newer fights? How good is Tech Kefla in these newer fights? How good is Tao in these newer fights? Int Boo, I know, is really good right now. Glorio has not aged a step due to his dodging, right? And then we got some newer guys, right? We got the Omega Shinron, the Goku, Vegito, and Rose. I will not be throwing the fraud AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on this list. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 10, I think I'm going to go ahead and put STR Omega here. Um, I do like his support. I do like how tanky he can be post super, but the biggest issue for this unit is going to be locking, of course. I mean, he does, and he also does need both a physical Omega Shinrons to be up. I really do enjoy this unit. I do think he's better than someone like Texel right now in the current landscape of the meta. I'm not saying Texel isn't amazing. Like, I think as soon as we escape this meta, I would put Texel over STR Omega. My biggest issue is one, the hardest fight's an int boss, and two, it's an extreme class boss, and it's locking, and there's so much going on that really hurts Cell in that fight. And plus, that's relevant teams right now doesn't really field Cell that well. So again, I like Cell, I really do, but I just don't know if I can put him on this list due to the current landscape of the meta we are in. Omega at least provides physical Omega support in the whole team. And again, even though he struggles against locking and well, really just locking, his debuff, his insane 40% attack debuff is huge against the Int Rose fight. He's very valuable in there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't bring him in the AGL Gochita fight due to just type disadvantage and class disadvantage, but really he does have use in fights that you can debuff. So that's the reason why I'm going to put him at 10, because we do have a lot of bosses right now that can be debuffed, and so he's a pretty valuable asset there. All right, now it gets a little more interesting. I'm going to move these guys a bit because I know these guys are going to be closer to the top tier. Like, these guys are definitely my top tier, super easy A's. Tech Kefla I do like up here. I think I'd probably put him above here too with AGL Kid Goku. Int Boo I do like a lot. Tao too. I guess the question is because, look, Tao is really good in the Int Rose fight, right? He's incredible in that fight. But against the Blues, again, type disadvantage. He doesn't do good. I just ran him in the GT Boss Rush. He got obliterated by the Sin Shinron. I didn't even get to Omega. Granted, he does have True Guard against Omega, and he did not have Path to Power Kid Goku live, but he did take that for 900k. But the good thing is, one, he was 55%, and two, it was also, again, with that Path to Power Goku. I'll probably move Tao up here as well. I was pretty impressed on how strong Path to Power Kid Goku was on the first turn against Rose, even when he was locked, right? Like, against Rose and Zamos, he was eating their normals. He didn't take a super, luckily, before he attacked. I would probably do something like this, I think, for now. Right, I think this is what I'm gonna do. The reason why I have Glorio at 9 instead of probably above Kid Goku, which you definitely could make that argument. The reasoning for this is, one, we do still have dodge canceling fights. We do have Ice Shinron. We do have Omega. They are both extreme, so I mean they're not. And they're both extreme int, so it's not really hurting him too much. But the Omega Shinron has an 8 mil super with defense lowering. I don't even care if he's an int boss that's going to obliterate Glorio. And of course, Ice is also locking, by the way, so he can get Gloria out of slot 3, and he's dodge canceling. He can do some damage on him as well. Ice won't kill him, but that's definitely a danger. Kid Goku, I do have here probably. I don't know. Like, this is tough because it's like I do think Kid Goku is really good for the support he provides for Tao and Tien. And I do think his tanking abilities are very impressive, even in the newer meta fights. But for example, against the STR Blues, he's going to die. Against Gochita Super Saiyan 4, he's going to die. He gets targeted pretty hard there. I'll flop him around. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Gloria's dodge is very valuable. If we're only looking at the GT boss rush, he is going to have problems. But outside of that, this guy is 80% dodge, constant 3-turn support. His damage is still really high, and if he gets hit, his defensive levels are fairly high. I think Gloria is a solid 8. I think I'm going to keep him there. Int Boo at 7, I have to put him here. This guy's way too valuable in these short fights to be any lower than 7 right now. His revive into Ghost Usher is such a nasty combo in these short fights. And again, you can put him on any team, but he can go on Omega's team just fine under the full leader skill, I think. If not the full, it's the 170, I don't know. But he's on Omega's team. And again, the ability to allow yourself to have 2 team protections, team protector skills is very strong in a fight that generally will go 4 to 6 turns. It really depends on how heavy your headers are. Again, on Omega's team, everyone's hitting so hard due to the amount of support that is cycling through the team. So having someone to help protect your team while everyone else is doing 40, 50 mil supers, it just allows you to continue to produce without having to worry about people like Rose or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, or with, his Usher and Revive is just way too powerful not to include on this list. I could see people being like, well, his damage is way too low for me to enjoy this unit. Like, I don't really want to run him because he's not going to do anything damage-wise, and I can understand that, but his utility is stupid. It's insane how broken this unit is. So I have to slap him at 7. All right, let's go and move these guys up. I'm going to move these guys to 3 because, these are my top 3 TURs. Now I got to order how I want to do these. I really do like AGL Kid Goku still. He's amazing in long fights. We have the GT Boss Rush. We have the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will fights, right? But we do have short fights that AGL Kid Goku can struggle in, like Int Rose, right? He's just not going to build up fast enough to handle what Int Rose is dishing out right away. He can get locked in slot 1 and he's cooked. I think I'd probably do something like this right now. Until I get the ability to do more stacking with him, I would probably. I even might put Int Boo over him right now, but he's too good. Like, if you can get him rolling, if you can get this guy rolling, he's insane. He is insane, right? And he also has the flat out 22% to 100% dodge the rest of the turn. He's amazing in GT Boss Rush. Again, like I said, but he does definitely have flaws in a 4-turn fight where people are busting out stupid numbers, right? We got to consider that. Tau is this high. Again, 1 is his utility in the Int Rose fight. It's important to remember that with Path to Power Kid Goku, he has 88% damage reduction, and then he has True Guard against Int Rose, right? He will get shredded against the Blues. There's no question about that. But he's going to eat Omega Super. He double-digit tanks that. And then against Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, he can struggle without Path to Power Kid Goku. But if you have TN, where I don't know where TN's at, but if you have TN if you have TN in slot 1, actually, you know where Gogeta Super, he's scripted. So you could put TN in the slots where Tau would get supered, and then you would be able to counter that. And Tau was able to avoid those supers just fine if you know how to fight Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then Tau, again, he did die in the GT Boss Rush. I'm not going to say he didn't, but again, that was at 55% without Path to Power Kid Goku, and that was only 900k, which is insane, by the way. So I have to put him here at 5. He's too good. Tech Kefla at 4 is a little tough because you do need to run a Universal Survival Saga ally for her to be this high. But for example, like I started running her, again, when I was making this video, I wanted to run these guys and kind of get a feel of a majority of these guys. Omega, I'm already getting a feel due to his usage. I got a feel for a Boo due to his usage on Omega's team. I got used to Tau because I used him against Int Rose. And then these 3 as well have their own roles on the new teams, right? But for Tech Kefla, AGL Kid Goku, Glorio, and Path to Power Kid Goku, well, actually, even him I used again with the Tau. But the other 3, I really had not got my hands too dirty with because of all the new teams and stuff. So I finally got myself to play with these guys a bit. And I just think that Tech Kefla is concerning if you can't get the Universal Survival Saga ally right away. Right, because you're not going to run a full USS team. Let's be real for a second. You're not going to run it, and you're not going to walk into Rose and Zamasu, bust out Universe 6, and have Int hit in slot 1. Like, I get it, people are mad. Like, oh, what is this Int hit slander, dude? He's 50% dodge is not good. There's no way we're going to try to defend what Int hit is doing turn 1. He's awful turn 1. And you can pair her with the physical version of her, right? The new Carnival LR. But the issue, of course, is the fact that the Carnival LR, you're going to have to basically either run her and the Tech Kefla on like Tech Vegito's leader, which you can do, but you're not going to have the full 220% for the Fizz, Kale, and Caulifla. So I don't know. It's just a mess to try to run those two together because the physical one doesn't fuse. So that does mean that, like for example, I've ran her with the AGL MUI Goku. That's how I got the most out of her. Allow MUI to anchor slot 1, allow her to cook in slot 2, and then just allow that to go that way. I mean, she's definitely dodge or die. I mean, she took a 550,000 K or normal against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with true guard up, by the way. So, I don't like that she is dodge or die, but when you have 90% dodge or die is okay, right? And then once you get her rolling, like I said, they're a monster, absolute monster. I mean, again, Tao is like you have an opportunity to live every attack, of course, minus the Int Omega Shinron, which definitely destroys this unit. It 8 mil super with 40% defense lowering. This guy gets absolutely shredded by that Int Omega, but again, the thing is, you have to consider is, yeah, they might suck in GT Boss Rush, but they're great in every other stage we have right now. So I have to put them at 4 due to that. Again, I do think they are still on the verge of aging out, even over some of these guys down here, because they rely on a Universe Rival Saga ally, and there are just not many good ones right now. Oh, look at this tier list. They're the only ones here. Like, there's like I mean, and then if you look at the LR ones, yes, they're physical versions there, but what team are you running these two next to each other? That's not Universe 6, and that's not an actual USS team. There's just not many unless you're running like Peppy Gals or something like that. But all right, I'm moving up these two. AGL Rose is at 3. So people might be a little mad about AGL Rose being this low, but I've been a little disappointed with this guy. At first, I was like, holy crap, this guy's so good. I like him better than Vegito Blue. Like, he's tanking so much. But the more you play with this unit, the more you realize, man, I just don't know if I like the inconsistency of his tanking, because he can go from tanking like 8 mil, 7 to 8 mil supers to like dying to a 4 or 5 mil super because he didn't get his additional 25% damage reduction on the first hit. There's issues with that for sure, which I do not enjoy at all. Of course, with this whole passive up and STR Rose next to him, he can look very impressive, but it does require things to go your way. And I'm not saying that it's hard for things to go your way. I'm just saying there are chances where it doesn't, and AGL Rose just dies. So I do think, or AGL Rose I think there's like almost a gap right here. Like, you could put a gap, and then it's AGL Rose, Vegeta Blue, and Goku. These guys are also really, really good. Just a lot of them have aging mechanics, as in, like, these guys all are only here because they have dodge or Ghost Usher and Revive, right? I think it's the reason why some of these guys are on here versus what you would see somewhere else. But I have to put Rose here. His damage is incredible. He's a great partner for the STR Rose. But again, I do see people's concerns with this unit when it comes to, like, he doesn't have his full damage reduction up. He could struggle. Now, this is going to probably intrigue people, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku at 1 and Vegeta Blue at 2. I love Vegeta Blue and what he does. 2-turn support, very broken. Cannot die to any normal we have right now. At least unless you're fighting like a clone Gogeta and you accidentally hit the wrong one, right? Otherwise, this guy's not dying to much. Not at all. Which is great. I mean, that's great. That's great for this unit. But the biggest issue I have with this unit is he's dodge or die against supers. And that's fine. I'm glad he has that, right? HL Super Vegeta didn't even have that chance, right? He just dies. He doesn't even get a chance to tank it. This guy at least has 20% damage reduction, mad defense, but also has dodge to kind of, maneuver around it. And if you're lower than 70% HP, you get up to 80% dodge. You run full dodge and crit on this guy, or whatever. You can do a balance build on this guy, actually, with additional crit and dodge. And you can see a pretty stellar performance from this guy. But my issue is, one, you don't dodge, you die, right? I saw him eat an Int Rose super for like 6 mil. It was awful. I was like, dude, what are we doing? Also, we had dodge canceling fights, right? We have Ice and we have Omega. Again, both of them are Int bosses, which is good, but an 8 mil super with 40% defense lowering against a Vegeta Blue with 600k defense actually probably post super is probably closer to 1.5, but let's just say 1.5, 2 mil defense, and 20% damage reduction. Which super is going to get he's going to get shredded by Omega there, right? So he just struggles a little too much for me to feel comfortable with him being at 1. I do think he's going to age better than the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but right now I would put Vegeta Blue at 2. Then finally, we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku at 1. A lot of people would be pretty shocked with him being this high. I remember on looking at everything, it's like, oh, this Goku and Vegeta are about the same. I don't know. I like the Vegeta better because he provides as an actual floater over the Goku. But the more I run GT Heroes, the more I love this unit's design, because early in fights, especially, right, when your team is 2 Super Saiyan 4 Gochitas, it's Super Saiyan 4 Gochita, the Fizz Super Saiyan 4s, AGL GT Goku, this guy, and whoever else you want to run. I think I'm probably forgetting someone pretty crucial, but I'm just not. But anyways, the point is, I'm trying to get those are the main 5, right? So you have him come out early in fights, because the GT Goku, yes, is good, but I'm not going to run GT Goku on main rotation yet. There's no point. All he has is 70% damage reduction, dodge to keep himself relevant. Yes, the 50% defense support is nice, but he doesn't have a ton of value until he gets to his Grade Ape and then Super Saiyan 4. I like using this guy a lot more right away. You get his defensive stacks going. He's hitting way harder. He's way tankier, especially if you have the Gochita supports going. I believe with just Gochita supports, he's at 5 mil defense. And then once you get the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku next to him, he's up to 7. And then he also gets an additional 10% damage reduction from the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Again, you're probably not running a rotation with 2 Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, especially on a team with AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gochita on it. But he just is a great slot 1, allows you to also avoid scenarios where locking is an issue for this unit. Again, I just find myself a lot more times actually using this guy on main rotation because he's hitting really hard. He's not going to cost you. He has an Omni counter, as someone called it in my Discord. I was like, I like that. An Omni counter? That's pretty cool. I'm sure it's been a coin term before, and I never heard of it until now. But yeah, he's an Omni counter. He has a 50% chance to counter everything. It is a coin flip, but I mean, it's better than nothing, right? And you're like, well, Vegeta Blue also has that coin flip. Yes, but Goku's can't be canceled. His counter, right? His counter is universal and it cannot be canceled. Vegeto's, yes, has a higher chance when you're at lower HP, but his can be canceled, right? And also, Goku could just flat out tank some of them because of how high his defense can go in slot 1 or slot 2 with enough support juicing through him. Now, when we get to longer fight metas and we start getting to things like, Vegeta Blue, again, Vegeta Blue has the better aging kit, in my opinion. So, I mean, I'm not going to be mad if you put Vegeta Blue at 1. I just like Goku today better than Vegeta Blue due to the nature of the meta and how good he is right now. But I would say this is what I feel pretty... Oh, wait, I forgot a very crucial guy. Oh, no. How could I forget? I don't even know why I didn't think about this. I was just like sitting here like, oh yeah, guys, this is the end of the list. And then I'm just like forgetting the guy who is better than all these guys. Where's he at? I'm sure people were like shouting the entire time as they're watching this video, like, where is he at? And I'm just, again, this is what I get for trying to rush this. Yeah. No. I heard Omega. Well, it was nice chatting about you for a while, but you're gone, buddy. We'll move everyone down 1. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the real number 1. It's Super Saiyan 4 Gochita. Is it really shocking this guy's at number 1? Not really. I mean, again, you could argue like, well, he's not a true slot 1 like Goku, like Vegeta Blue, right? Like, I mean, sure. I mean, I can understand that. But 1, he has a 70% chance to counter all supers. He has an Omni counter, just like him, and he has an Omni dodge, which I mean, it's just regular dodge, I guess. But he has an Omni counter. Right, he does an insane amount of damage, like 40 mil supers plus, and he has an active skill that allows him to be tankier. Like, he's tanking Omega. Like, here's the other thing, right? These two can't tank. Goku and Vegeta Blue cannot tank. This guy can actually tank without Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I mean, he does do better with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta support, but he doesn't need it, right? Like, he's just doing, like, on his own. This guy is crazy. That's what makes him number 1 on this list. Just because he's doing it himself, right? He doesn't need help from everyone else in order to be good. Vegeta Blue doesn't either, but Super Saiyan 4 Goku does benefit a ton from the support, which is why he's at 2, but he just does it himself. He's not really in danger minus the locking scenarios. And yes, and in locking scenarios, he can be killed, right? In slot 1, he can be cooked. No one's going to argue that. But he also allows himself to have some protection. If they super in slot 1, he can just counter it. Now, he does take damage from normals before he can super, but, it just depends on the boss you're facing, of course. But he also is good in slot 2, so you don't have to put him in slot 3 to get locked into slot 1, right? Like, you can avoid that by putting him in slot 2 and avoiding those scenarios where he can get cooked. I have had him get cooked a ton in slot 1, I will not lie. Like, this is probably I probably would say this is the least dominant number 1 TUR we've had in a while. And I'm not saying that he's not good. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It's pretty competitive with these 4. These 4, like, there's a gap. And then these 4 are really good. I do think in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is still the number 1 TUR, but it's just, like, these guys are all really good. And really the top 3, you could tell me this guy's 1, this guy's 2, this guy's 3, and I probably would not be mad with with your analysis, of course, on it. But I really do think Gogeta is 1, just based off of his abilities, right? These other guys are great, but they have their own niche uses onto why they would be on this list right now. But it's kind of crazy to see that Tao is above Kid Goku right now, and that Kefla is above these 2. But it's just the nature of the meta right now, right? Like, it's just is what it is. And yeah, in hit and Blue Kaioken just, Blue Kaioken was not even on most people's list, but in hit not being on this list is crazy. But he's just not that good right now. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. The whole top 10 of the TURs have been completely shaken up due to, again, the nature of what this new meta holds for us. And again, Gloria, once again, one of the most valuable units you could have picked up from this from the New Year's banner. It's kind of crazy how well he's done so far. And with, again, outside of dodge canceling meta, here we are, and Gloria's back. And I'm not even saying Gloria was gone, because even in the dodge canceling fights, he had some use, especially against Blue Goku. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys enjoy this tier list or not? Is it based or is it not? I would love to hear what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one.